Welcome back again to another challenge called century. In this century challenge, basically what we want is that to create a function that receives the year as an input and then simply returns the century we are currently in. So for example, if we create a function called century and we pass in 2022, so currently we're in 2022, so when you pass in this year as an input, to return 21st, 21, meaning the 21st century, because we are currently in the 21st century. Okay, so this is a very simple challenge because we're basically going to be using we're going to be using conditional statements. We're going to be checking to see. First, we are going to check if a year is less than or equal to 100. If the year fulfills that condition, we are going to basically return 1 because those are 100 years, which is the first century. Okay, and if the modular, when you divide the year by 100 and we find that the remainder is 0, then we shall multiply the year by 100 and then add on 1 on that. Okay, if that's not true, then we shall not add the 1. Okay, let us not waste time. Let us do it practically here, because when I talk, well, I may not maybe bring out the big picture, the real work. I may not bring out everything. So let us just do it practically here. So basically, we're going to create a function called the century, receives a year as an input, the year parameter. Then inside here, oh sorry, then inside here we're going to first check if a year is less or equal to 100. If that year is less, meaning that if we provide 100 or a value less than 100, we're basically going to return 1. Okay, so if a year, actually I don't know the kind of people that lived in that first century, I don't know. Okay, if a year is less or equal to 100, for example, if you have one, I don't know, 1 year, second, third, 90, 80, so those values below 100, those will fall into the first century. Okay, so we're going to console.log. So we're going to basically going to just console log 1, meaning first century. Okay, and the other condition we're going to check, we're going to use an else if statement here. So we're going to check and see if a year, when we divide this here we are passing as a parameter, when you divide it by 100 and you end up getting a value that's equal to 0, the remainder, when the remainder of this division is equal to 0, then we're going to just console.log will print out on our console a value. So we're going to just print a value that's divided. We're going to divide here, divide by 100. Simple as that. So here, when you look at this arithmetic operation here divided by 100, in some cases it might bring a decimal point. Okay, so to avoid getting decimal points, for example, we want to get specifically integers, this value should be inside the parseInt method, like that. So here we want to end up getting values that have decimal points in them. Okay, then the last part, the else part here, that's console.log. Remember, I don't want to get decimal point, so we shall just pass this arithmetic operation here by 100. Then here, if we end up getting when the modulus is not 1, I mean it's not 0, we have to add only 1 here. So basically that's it. Very straightforward. So we are going to let us call our function and try testing out our solution and see. So essentially, let us start with the year we are currently in, which is 2022, and see, because this has returned 2021 because we're in the 21st century. Okay, so we know we're in our terminal. Let's execute this solution and see. So we're going to execute node century.js file, enter. You see, we're having 21. Wow, succeeded. We have 21 because we're in the 21st century. Okay, because when you divide 2022 by 100, okay, when you divide 2022 by 100, we get a negative, we will end up getting a value. With this division here results into a remainder. Okay, so we shall have 20.22. Okay, to avoid that, we use the pass method and end up getting 20 alone. Okay, because this had the remainder, we had only 1 onto the solution. That's why this line of code was being executed for this scenario. But now when we pass in 20 2000, yeah, by this in this year I was around 3 years of age. If I can remember, I was around 3 years of two. Okay, so that year was in the, I think it was the 20th century. Century.js file. Yeah, that's 20th century. And now if we pass 100, you say that's the first century. Okay, so that was a very simple challenge. This is how you do it. First of all, you make sure that you use conditional statements inside your function. First of all, you check if the year you're passing in is less than 100, so that will basically fall into the first century of the year. But if the year, the division of a year and the 100 is equal to 0, we just cancel the log, the value of this arithmetic operation. But if it's not the case, I get this value here divided by 100 plus 1. Okay, that concludes our video. Please like, subscribe. We meet in the next. Like, subscribe, and share this video so that I can create more videos like this. Bye bye. We meet in another video. Thank you.